All right, let's turn this on down. That way y'all ain't got to hear all of it. There we go. Now we're here. Now we're live. Now I should start the treadmill. This is how we know it's real now. This is a new thing. I attempt to lose at least 1 ounce every day for the rest of my life. Probably not a good idea. Hey everybody, welcome in. Ray, I'm not a legend. I'm a weirdo who plays Star Trek. But the good news is you're also a weirdo who plays Star Trek. So we can be friends. Like real friends, not fake friends. Real friendships. Like friendships so strong, we talk to each other like once a week. It's going to be the best. Good to see you, Miss Loretta, server 89. Shout out to server 89. Server 89, what an incredible server. I mean, I have definitely never played on it, which is probably why it's so incredible. Good to see you, though. It's good. Ed, good to see you. K. Gall, Ray, thank you. Marcus, Darush. Yeah, you're from Europe, so don't expect me to get your name right, but I still love you. Mr. Intimidator himself, good to see you. Server 20, we do love server 20 as dramatic and crazy and everything as it can be. We do love it. I personally love server 20, and if you're out there going, hey, what should I do? I'm frustrated with the game. I went to level 63 and I hate my life. Well, I can't help with the hate the life thing. See a therapist. But I would tell you to restart the game. Just go to like server 700. Start with a new server. I mean, you could come over here to server 20. It's a really good group, but I would say start over and just head on over to one of the new servers. The game is so much fun. Targ 56, I know that server. I know that server. Does server 20 actually exist? No, it's a figment of your imagination. This is all propaganda by Big Scopely to convince y'all that server 20 is real and to show you how things can be. But this is all AI generated. Yup, you got me. I have to admit it every time it's acknowledged. It's part of my programming. I'm not even real. How you doing, Pegasus? Good to see you. I love to sing. Well, I also enjoy singing, but I'm not good at it. Scott, good to see you. Server 61. Welcome in, everybody. We have got big things coming this week. We've got 1, new art coming next week. 2, we've got Incursions here on this upcoming Friday. So we are 2 days away, 48 hours from Incursions. And that always tends to be a hoot. Some of y'all don't like it. Some of you do. I'm not telling you to like it, but I am telling you to prepare for it. If you don't prepare for it, well, don't be surprised when bad things happen. So I want y'all to win. I want all of my followers to be winners, unless y'all are fighting each other. And then I want it to end in a tie because you both deserve to win. So also, real quick challenge to all those who listen to the show, whether live or following. If y'all can somehow manage the first ever Incursions tie, we will make a big hoopla about it. Y'all have at it. Y'all have at it. Afternoon. They settle on a time for Incursions. I'm pretty sure it's the same as last time, JT, which will be at reset or an hour before reset and lasting 24 hours. But they have not put out anything official, so I'm just giving you the conjecture. I did tell y'all a few weeks ago that I believed it was on February 2nd. They did confirm that, so they made that official. You know, we have to be very careful with our official statements. And then beyond that, we will simply wait for further information. Further information. Good evening, Mark. How are you, Kal-El? Good to see you. Man, it's always good to see y'all. And if y'all haven't already, just a reminder, today is the last day. We usually leave it up for about 48 hours. If y'all haven't done the survey for this month already, go ahead and grab it. If y'all would be so kind, share it out with your alliance and stuff today. Really try to press it. I do want to say thank you to the EU player base. This month so far, we have the most responses from the EU ever. All right, now I'd still love more because I do believe that if you are in Europe, Europe makes up about 40-ish% of the total number of servers, 35-ish. So would love for the number of people who participate in the survey to reflect that, because I do believe y'all's opinion matters. And let's be honest, European players tend to have a different play style than American players. So it's good for me to be able to have a balanced paradigm and understand where everybody wants and try to push those type of things. So thank you for those who have done it. And for all those listening, especially if you're American, please make sure if you're an American to get more people to do it so we can crush the Europeans and put their percentage down to like 10%. We want to make sure that we overwhelmingly, just devour them and make them play our way. Just as it is in the real world, as it should be in Star Trek Fleet Command. So appreciate all y'all. Appreciate all y'all. Thank you, Mark. but we'll do that today. Also, we have Incursions obviously to prep for here in roughly, what, 46 hours is when we expect to see that run. And then we are also in our little bit of a, what I call a bye week. I mean, I typically don't do as much in terms of like completing events. I still do my events, but like yesterday, I didn't do the battle pass. I logged in, I played a little, but it was mostly playing for fun, you know, OPC hunting and going and doing little things. I enjoy these times. It's a time for us to kind of catch up, relax, enjoy the game with each other, enjoy our communities, and go from there. Why is that Google Doc in Spanish? It's not. It is not in Spanish. You must have changed something, you know, in your settings or something. I do not speak Spanish. No habla español. Not a lick of it. So it ain't my fault. Well, what did you do? You claim your bonus refinery? Nope. Did not. Did not. It's crazy. I fought so long, so hard to get bonus refinery being a thing consistently, and now I forget to pull it. So how about we do that right now and pretend that I'm actually really, really good at the game and that y'all should take my advice. Can we pretend that? Thank you so much, chat. I appreciate y'all. Arash says, I'm a solo man alliance now. This month's cow is a buy for you as well. Well, that is one of the drawbacks of being a solo player. At the same time, hey, enjoy what you want to enjoy. Can you ask if they can add more Cardassian 50+ systems? That's such a specific niche ask. I'll be honest, that would not get answered in a yes way until they were ready to redo or add to Cardassians as a whole. Just kind of like an FYI on that. But it is something that we can try to say, hey, future reference, we want to re-add to this. So you're having fun, and that's the point. That should be the point, Mark. Mark, I'm not sure if you're aware. Here, hey, come in, Mark. Mark, come here. I want to tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you something that I've not told many people before. Come here. Come on. We'll get bigger. Mark, this is a video game. We're supposed to have fun. It's crazy. Right? A video game? Fun? Not in today's world. It's supposed to be work, but actually we're supposed to have fun. Yeah. So, oh wait, I made myself way too small. Get back on the screen. There we go. So, good to see everybody. You have fun playing a video game or a novel? I'll tell you what. I have definitely had fun playing Baldur's Gate. I'll tell you that. I'm not trying to promote it because like they don't pay me. And hey, if you're Baldur's Gate out there, I'll send you my bank information. But definitely been having fun playing that game. I'm a crazy man. I am a crazy man. You know why? Not drugs. Diet Coke. Makes me crazy. Makes me crazy. Helps me love all of y'all. So much to tell Scopely. It's all supposed to be fun. Hey, yes. Maybe if we had a content creator willing to say the difficult things. How about adding more ship swaps to the hangar? Yeah, we've mentioned that for about a year now, Wolfwood. Definitely been mentioned. I definitely don't mean this in like a negative way. Basically everything that people come to me, DJ, etc., and say, hey, I think this is a good idea. We're like, yeah, we've said that. And that's not in like a, what you're saying is, you know, should be dismissed. It's like, yeah, that's been brought up by a lot of people. And now we wait, and now we continually remind. So. All right. Sorry, I had to respond to an overlord who just sent a message. Got my amalgam. Is your video on it still okay to use? It is, Wolfie. Now, the amalgam has changed slightly, but for the most part, the amalgam and its loop and its what's important is still the exact same as it was before. Right? Now, you do want to get that amalgam worked on as much as you can because you have incursions coming up in 2 days, assuming, I'm not sure which server you're on. There are some servers that will be on a buy month, but you definitely want to have that amalgam up and ready for incursions because raiding is the primary way to score. That's the way. That's the way. So, Mason says, Scopely just doesn't like listening to ideas from players. I mean, they do, but remember, I've told y'all this before. Ideas can be good, and Scopely can say that idea is good and still not implement it because a good idea is fine. A great idea is one that makes Scopely money and the players like, and you got to find great ideas. Good ideas are everywhere. But at the end of the day, this is a business, and the strategy is making money, not making fun. If you can have fun from the money you made, cool. But I'm just keeping it real. See, this is the good thing about not being on the payroll. I can say whatever I want. Woohoo! That's probably why I get in so much trouble. But hey, Rev, back playing STFC after a 15-month break. That's a heck of a break, plain simple, Taylor. But it is good to see you because I remember your name. Level 39 and have a lot of catching up to do. Looking forward to any suggestions on where to focus. So, fun fact, plain simple, Taylor. It's like I foresaw your return. Just this past week, I actually redid the camping at level 39 video. I would go and check it out. I would see if that, because, you know, it had been like 2 years. So we updated some of the information, talked about some of the basics and what to really focus on in terms of milestones to set for yourself. It's not about a time limit. It's about finding things that are obtainable for you and reaching them and progressing after that point. Check that out. Check that out. Is there any reason to keep upgrading my Cerritos? Yeah, because the Cerritos has a unique structure where as it tiers up, it actually unlocks better events on Wednesdays. So yeah, you actually do want to kind of upgrade that, and that will give you better events, which means better payouts and, you know, better stuff. And that helps you on your research progression. So yeah, Matt, the OG 39 video I've now hidden, so it won't come up in a search anymore. I do still have it on my YouTube channel, but it's been kind of like hidden in the background. But yeah, that way now people can focus on specific things of what they're looking for and try to find the newer ones. I do try to, you know, kind of hide some of the outdated videos, but there's so many. It's on me. But yeah, it's just like yesterday, you know, with my family having COVID, and thankfully it's not hitting me hard. So besides like taste being a little weird and my son having a fever, hasn't been too bad. But I will say the brain fog's been real because I did the USS Discovery video and I was just talking about, yeah, 92 days of speed ups. And math is hard because it's 96. And I was just like, yeah, those 4 days don't matter. Who cares? Ignore. Yeah, so that was fun. But you know what? That's just how it goes. So, you know, we do try to put out content and then, like, you know, I screw it up sometimes. That's okay. 30,000 lat burn and 11 chin charge gain. I'll be honest, Morph, that's actually a really good ratio. That's actually a pretty good ratio. 10,000 lat per chin charge. I mean, actually better than that. 3,000 lat per chin chart. I mean, that's actually pretty damn good. That's a good return for that. I've had people have way worse RNG. So, right now you focus on your Valdor, need more oomph for bigger Zindi. That makes complete sense. That is a completely logical path. Discovery Loop is the slowest in the game. I would say the Discovery Loop is second to the Devore, but it is extremely slow, which is why I wanted to make sure I emphasize to new players and existing players, even though it's slow, you absolutely want to make sure you're doing those pulls because it is such a valuable ship for, like, I'll put it this way. Most specialty ships in this game do not last 3-4 years of gameplay. The Discovery lasts for 3 or 4 years of gameplay, right? Now, you can actually extend the Discovery's gameplay if you buy the primes currently, but your general player will get good 3 years of gameplay out of the Disco. You won't get that out of the Baby Jelly, the ISS Jelly. You won't get that out of the Franklin. You won't even get that out of the Stella. You will get it out of the Disco. So it's so good to have that when it's finally like, oh man, I want to go to D Space, or oh man, I really want to get to this Armada, but the warp time is 10 minutes. It's nice. It's a pain in the butt to get it there. But once you do, it's so good for you. Whereas the Devore is just like, oh yay, I got 500 Latinum, yay! And then you cry profusely for about 3 hours. And then you do it again next Monday. That's the bonus, the betterment of the Discovery, in my opinion, is it actually has long-term use, and you feel it even in today's game, even though it's old content. So Adam says the Disco is permanently in dock for me and has been since its launch. Adam, very nice. Very nice. Also, decent pull with my Borg here as I'm going through my refinery. Decent pull. Not bad. Greetings, everyone, from 106. I imagine you're happy you finally got your ship parts treasury pack. No. One, because I've already used all my rods, so I couldn't afford a free one. And because we are raising money for multiple medical procedures for my family this year, I'm not spending much on the game. In fact, I have not spent $1 yet on the game. Typically, I do spend money every month. The only thing that I got in January was what Scopely gives content creators, which is a battle pass and the monthly pack. And then they did give me rare officer to Paul. So that's what content creators get. I didn't spend $1. I didn't get anything else. I didn't spend for a battle pass on my other accounts, which I'll sometimes do. I didn't buy anything. So all the money goes to preparing for taxes and multiple surgeries coming up. So even though I do like that there was a ship parts treasury that was a bonus extra, I didn't go after it, no. And I dislike that it didn't have officers, but the pro of that from Scopeless perspective is they threw in more ship parts. That's what they did. And then I'll be honest, that treasury is targeting a specific group of players. It specifically was based on higher levels wanting that and missing ship parts. So it is what it is. The treasury will always be good, as in the treasury will always be valuable. It will always be valuable. It was 150%, right? And this one, because even though the, say, battleship parts would have been the same as a pack, you were essentially getting 3 packs of ship parts in one. So no officers. But it's all about who was laid out for, right? Like, it was intentionally laid out for high levels who were requesting it. So if you were like level 39, it wasn't for you to enjoy. If you got it, you got it. But it was whether it's valuable to you. The math of it maths out. But it's okay, and we say this every month. If the treasury isn't valuable to you, don't get it. It is always valuable, as in it's always a better $100 than you could normally spend. But that doesn't mean you have to get it. Don't let FOMO of treasury get you buying treasuries you don't need. We want you buying treasuries that you do need, and you do like, and you are happy about. That's my goal. So, are Borg solos worth the time? So, Suma, Borg solos are the third most important solo armada, behind Monavine and then behind the Dominion. It is good to do because officer sourcing, but more importantly than that, fleet commander stuff. Yeah, a lot of fleet commander stuff that you get from doing that. Would I say do it every week? No. Would I say that you should still find time to do it here and there? Yes. Yes. But myself, like most players, don't do Borg solos very often. I do them enough to pull them here and there, but it is the least used of the solo armada runs currently in the game, like in terms of activity. Borg solos are the least used. Now, my alliance will actually go do the expansion cubes. I don't even do those. So it does depend on where you're at level wise and what is value to you, but they are worth doing, but they're not as much of a focus as the Dominion is, which the Dominion is big because that's ship parts and uncommon materials, well, rare materials as well. So you do them when the events say solo armadas count. Yeah, that's a great time to have saved up and do them. So when you have these events, and we have had more and more recently these solo armada events, when you have these, it's a great opportunity to spend that currency. And then just go out with your Talios and smack several of them around. I'm finding it hard to log in these days, bored with nothing to do at 39. Spartan, you're on what? Can you tell me you're on 102? I need to follow up. Actually, let me do that now. Let me follow up now with Overlord about Ascension. Let me see. Now, if you quit Spartan, I'll be very, very mad at you. So mad at you that you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. All right. I'll let you know if that gets a response. All right. Tier 2 Talios, Opslock, so looking at using some of the green nano thingies. Fair, fair. Oh, let me pull this. Come on, give me Forbidden Tech. I'll still take it. I'm never mad about it. But dang, I really want a Forbidden Tech. All right, then last but not least, the Monavine. Here's my shipyard. This is going to give me how much? Hey, 1,600 uncommon and right around 400 rares. Yeah. Yay. More stuff is more. More stuff is more. Oh, crap. Well, we need to go auto grind that because that's no bueno. So we need to go auto grind that and start working on that. I have my Gemidar Borg Solo Armada chest pulled up, synced up. So I just do both every other day. It takes like 15 minutes. Yeah, there you go, Kello. That's fantastic. Fantastic. So Yeah, it's great, right? Like, and I really enjoy Dominion Armadas. Like, I have fun doing them. And as I continue to progress, I'm able to punch up a little bit more, try different tactics. I enjoy the solo Armada loops. So, that's me. I don't know everybody likes them, but I enjoy the solo Armada loops more than I enjoy a lot of the other things in the game. So they're big for me. And then they, coinciding with that, they actually pay out really good in terms of material rewards and stuff. So, you know, me loving them is also combined or partly because of the very good rewards I get from my solo Armadas. So, any word when the Ultra Recruit chest will be updated? Nope. Nope. I mean, you saw a change this month by adding in the new like Galaxy Recruit. And that's the, you know, kind of like a dry run of what they're doing, like trying things out. But, you know, the idea that we've pushed for a long time of having like 2 specific Ultra chests isn't getting any traction. How many miles you aiming for during the stream? Honestly, don't really know. I just kind of turn it on for like a mile and a half speed walk. But I will admit that with the COVID go around the house, I don't have as much breath as I normally do. So even just going like a mile, I think I'm going, 1.5 miles an hour right now. Pretty slow for 20 minutes. And it's like, ooh, okay. I have my lungs. So it also doesn't help that like I have asthma. So it's, yeah. We don't really like things like COVID and influenza around here. Walking is not a sport. You have to run on the walker. No, you don't. That's not true, Orin. Whoever told you that does not understand basic human biology. That's not how that works. Thank you, Spartan. I appreciate that. Thank you. And yes, I did, MexPack. Yes, I did. Yep. And actually, there is, I don't know if it is in any other country, but in the US, there is actually a competitive walking. That's a thing. That's a thing. My first COVID, I couldn't walk to the living room for the bedroom without a break. Yeah. Changed my mind, Ori. I'll be honest. Just because I know more than somebody doesn't mean I have to sit there and educate them, especially when I have 300 amazing people wanting to be here for Star Trek. So you go do the research. You find out why what you said is wrong. It's not my job to edify you on everything in the world. The only thing my job is to edify you on is Star Trek Fleet Command. That's what I'll do. Competitive walking is hilarious how they walk. It is. But at the same time, I know damn well I couldn't beat them. I couldn't beat them. I couldn't beat them if I ran. Let's be honest. I couldn't beat them if I ran. So, you have trouble with the monetization Armadas because of the hostile spawn? That's fair, Steve. Now, there are multiple ways to lock that out. I'll be honest, I do the cheater way. I just disco over there, summon all my stuff immediately, and then I pull the disco out. I'll pull the disco out. James, can you ask about what they're doing for wave defenses? Have 2 ships stuck in a wave defense for 3 days. Well, that you need to contact customer support over. As far as any changes to wave defenses, there are none coming that has been announced. So, yeah. All right, Ori, if you've quit, then go away. Bye. But yeah, James, if you've got ship stuck, we need to contact customer support. Usually the triple bot can handle that pretty easily. Usually. I mean, we are still talking about a scopely game here. But we need to contact customer support, get that sorted out. But as far as wave defenses, like any type of change, yeah. Yo, what's up, Sam? How are you? How was brunch with your dad? That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's awesome. I hope you had a great time. Also, thank you for being at the, I mean, can't really call it a book reading, but thank you for, listening to the first 3 chapters of my book and giving feedback. That was very cool of you. Very cool of you. Did something change with the Zindi? Alliance mates have been saying they're having a harder time with them today. Nothing has changed at all with the Zindi. Nothing has changed at all with the Zindi, William. What's possible is your Alliance mates may have forgotten to not have Hugh, like they put Hugh on for their other hostiles, forgot to take him off, and then went into the Zindi land, and that's not going too bueno. So, brunch was unreal. We've been on a cleanse thing all January, just finished last night. This was celebration. Oh man, that sounds great. That sounds great. Are Alliance blueprints able to unlock a complete ship, or is there a cap on the ISS Jelly and Gilded Pickle? No. I mean, if you're pulling from territory, you can get the entire ship. So there's not a limit to how much you can pull in territory. You just have to go through the amount of time it takes to do the pull. So there is like a cooldown on the chest itself, but there's not a limit to the amount of blueprints you can get from the territory. You can get an entire Monavine. you can get an entire ISS jelly. So you're so close to unlocking Hugh. That is awesome, Ian. Even though Hugh is not good until you get the favor for critical floor done, even though he's not something you use against Zindi until that favor's done, he is such a good officer in the game. He is so good. He is so good. That is like a game-changing in a positive way officer, and we love those type of improvements in the game. He's one of the few ones that I go like, man, that saves me so much time. He made things so much better. Definitely worth going after in any format that you can. So if you are 40 plus, it's much easier. But for example, if you see a LB come around or maybe a flash pass, something that has huge shards, just make sure you do what you can to unlock that and you won't regret it. No regrets. You said the other day that S5 Enterprise would have been about the Romulan War. That would have been cool. Yeah, Mark, that's what they've said. And I'll be honest, I wish Scopely would actually take that and go for it. Like, I wish Scopely would expand on that idea when they launch an Enterprise arc and actually do something like that. But that's probably a lot of work. And should you do Crit Floor 1 or Zindi Escalation 5? I do Zindi Escalation 5 first, increasing my loot, because the tricky thing about the Crit Floor one is it doesn't matter until you max it out. So yeah, the Crit Floor you want to do, but in like levels of importance, it's the last one of the three main ones. So you're the same level of gameplay as me. I'm curious to see updates to Solar Armadas that you use. I mean, what exactly are you looking for? Because my crewing strategy hasn't changed at all since Solar Armadas came out. Nothing's really changed in that regard. So what specifically are you referring to when you say that? And maybe we can help you out. Do you have a crew recommendation for Q Trial Swarm? Trying to Strange New Worlds, the January crew, the Cerritos got wasted. If you're using a Swarm, use your Franklin. Do you not have the Franklin? Did you maybe not get the Franklin A? If you have a Swarm in a Q's Trial, use the specialty ship applied to that, and you'll just easy peasy. Cerritos is obviously not going to have the advantage versus Swarms. So use your Franklin A or your Franklin, and you'll be fine. Oh, you were using your Franklin A and still struggle bust. Okay. So in that case, try Picard or Pipe Moreau Talon, Pipe Moreau Cath, Picard Beverly Talon, Picard Beverly Cath. Really try to focus on taking away the interceptor damage and hit your boost. Try it like that. See what happens. See what happens. Sorry, I interpreted that as using your Cerritos, which I can understand with it being an explorer, but it's not going to have an advantage against those types. So yeah, bring out the old school Pipe Moreau Talon, run that, see how it goes. Run that, see how it goes. I've said it before, like, it's a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, that Scopely's expanded Star Trek Fleet Command and that you don't have one set of officers that does everything. In terms of the game, I think that's good for players, but it also makes it a little bit more difficult to always have the right group. I think it's good to have parity in a game, right? It's the opposite of what's happened to PvP. You have a lot of options with hostiles now and a lot of different variations. I think that's a good thing, but it does make it to where, like, you're used to using, say, the Janeway crew, and you forget about the old crew that was specifically for this. And you're like, why am I not winning? So you have to come and bring out the old one. So, yeah. How do you get advanced Exocomp Key 2? It doesn't exist in the game yet, Chungus. So that's why you don't have it. It doesn't exist in the game. It does not exist in the game. It's never been or is yet to been added. That's why you can't find it. That's why you're like, what's going on here? It's because it's not there. It's not there. Even though there's a little icon for it, it doesn't exist. When is the best tier-wise use a specialty ship for their respective solo armadas? Monavine, Talios, etc. As soon as you get it. As soon as you get it. Like if I'm level 35, tier 1 Defiant, I'm using the Defiant. Mostly because of its bonus by getting more edicts. If I am level 39, I'm using a tier 3 Talios. Like as soon as I get it. Because they have special bonuses. So. Their minimum spending amount to qualify for the big treasury? Yeah, Raj, generally, I mean, there's not like a specific amount they've ever said, but usually it's going to be you spending enough to where you're consistently seeing $100 packs, so you're seeing the $100 treasury. But there's not like a specific math formula I can throw you because it's not something they've openly shared. But it's more than having bought a doc. It's more than having bought like a researcher and a builder. Getting my pile tier 9 a good idea before going 50 plus. So Steven, I'll say this. I did it. I have no regrets. The best thing about it for me personally, Steven, at tier 9, and again, you have more research and stuff, is how deep I can get into 5-star space with my Pylum for rep grinding. I mean, I've made it here where depending on what exocomps I'm running research, I'm getting well over 100,000 rep a hit for the traders. You know, that is super, 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 super valuable. Super valuable. Need the warp range to do it. So I've got 235 warp range, and I can make it, as you can see, to the 52 system. Now, the drawback to farming the 52s is I'll get 5-star broken parts instead of 4-star. But the trade-off is I can climb rep way faster. Carl, yeah, doing Zenny in 5 minutes is easy if you have a ship appropriate for your level and you're going for the single chest, right? If you don't have a ship appropriate for your level, or you're not going for the single chest, it's not going to happen. It's not. Well, I guess if you had all of the favors done and had already gotten a lot of the bonuses, maybe. But maybe. So T7 gets me to right here, Matt. What I think you have that not everybody else has is Fleet Commander Kirk, Admiral Kirk, with his warp bonus starting at CC 40+. My tier 7 Coronar cannot get to the 52s. It can only get to the 50s because I do not have Fleet Commander Kirk's warp range bonus that happens at CC 40. But it doesn't mean that, like, you can't still get pretty far with a tier 7. You just can't get as far. Makes sense? Also, this whole time the music's not on. Y'all don't say anything, or did it just playlist already play through? Anyway, back up it goes. Getting Feds and Cretillo. All right, well, I haven't looked over at the Feds. I know the warp ranges for the Romulans because that's what I grind on. I'll be honest, I don't have the warp ranges for Fed system memorized, so there could be a Fed system that my Coronar reaches. Let's actually swap it out real quick and see. So here's my Corey. Corey can get, as you can see, get here, get stopped there because I've got warp range 225 on a tier 7 Coronar. Also did not purchase the warp engine on the Coronar. If I purchased the tier 8 warp engine on the Coronar, I could get there. But I didn't purchase the tier 8 warp engine. I've only got a flat tier 7 with no plans to go above it. So can't go there, can't go to that 52, can't go that one. So what you probably did is you're tier 7 Coronar, but you bought the tier 8 warp engine. That's not a tier 7 Coronar. That's a tier 7 Coronar that you've started adding tier 8 parts to, which is fine. But I've got a straight flat tier 7 Coronar that I don't have any plans to take higher. So just, it depends on, again, what like the standards people are setting and the milestones. So you're willing to go higher with your Coronar than I am, which is completely okay. But my Coronar is sitting because I would love to have all those parts not go into the Coronar for when I will eventually get the Enterprise A, because it's an Enterprise, right? And I need a lot of the stuff right now to upgrade buildings, so it's not going into the Coronar. As you can see, I don't have the rare gas. Now, I could do this, but instead, I'm saving all this stuff, working on buildings so that I can go 50+, have the things I need for that. And then also, because at some point, I do want to get the Enterprise A. So, you said you need a tier 9? No, I said I have a tier 9 Pylum, and I'm happy to do it with how far I can get. That's not what I said, Matthew. You're twisting the words. I didn't say that. I said I'm happy with my tier 9 Pylum because of how strong it is and how far it can get out and how many armadas I can, contribute to, and the fact that it's over 50 million power without an FT. That was the thing. So, should I use my transport patterns to get Jean-Luc Picard? I mean, you can. He takes 180 and costs what, 1,100 per? So we can math that out for you real quick. He's not a priority for me because he does the exact same thing that Pipe Moreau does. So as much as I like Jean-Luc Picard, I wouldn't necessarily go after him. But yeah, here, let's do quick math. So I don't have to do this in my head because COVID brain fog is a real thing. Times 180. This is 198,000 transporter patterns to tier 1 unlock him. Because he does the exact same thing as Pike, Pike Moreau, Picard Beverly. There are situations where Picard Beverly is slightly superior, but generally speaking, I mean, I wouldn't go crazy on him. But Ops 33, what should I be going for transport patterns? Ian, do you have Pike? getting Pike tier 1, not this one. Scroll. Christopher Pike. That's number 1. Get him unlocked, Christopher Pike. Then the ones you want to start working on after that, 6 of 11 for Armadas. Really, really big, really, really important. 6 of 11 is huge for Armadas. Then you come back over here, and where's you at? Tendy is very, very good for your level. If you have a high level Tendy at level 33, your ships are going to be much stronger than most of your opponents. So, got lucky pull on Tendy in your Cereals Refinery. Congrats, Wolfwood. That's awesome. I hate you. Can you add to your list redoing content on which officers are best with transporter patterns? I can, Paul. I've actually redone that one, I think, about once a year because they keep adding things. But yeah, I mean, that is something to work on. My main 2 officers that are still in there are Tendy and 6 of 11. You know, both of them are very good. If you do a lot of Armadas, 6 of 11 is the focus. If you just do general game, like you just want a good below deck officer for general use, Tendy. But both are very good. Of all officers unlocked, who shall focus on tearing up the transporter pattern? Store. Great question. Tendy, 6 of 11. If you, not a big miner, but 3 of 11 for the mining protected cargo bonus is super, super valuable. Again, we might just need to redo this whole video. Yeah, it sucks because the Trinity used to be so big. Now we kind of ignore the Trinity, and the anti-Trinity never took off. But yeah, you know what? We might just have to redo that video. If you're mining Barclay protected cargo below deck, I mean, it's not a terrible choice. It's an officer that I haven't unlocked yet that I talk about needing protected cargo. So how far am I? I am 75 away. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that now. I can do that now. So it's February and good morning. It is February where you are. Yes. How are you doing, Scalyback? Good to see you. How are you doing? I mean, yeah, we could definitely do that. It's a base protected cargo at 30%. Does war in STFC have an end game? Pride. What is it Conan said? What is good? See your enemies driven before you. Hear the lamentations of their women, that type of thing. That's what we're looking for. Like, we want to hear the lamentations of their women, and we want them to be utterly destroyed and conquered and vanquished. That's what's good. So, is there any like in-game reward for winning a war? None at all. None at all. Yeah. See, sometimes Rev nodes older movies too. Very rare. But it happens. It happens. Although I have been working more on my book than I've been doing movie watching. So I'm up to 15,000 words on the book. The goal is to be around 120,000 words. But yeah, it's going well. It's like you're rollerblading. That would be dope. But I'm not. I'm using a below the desk treadmill. Below the desk treadmill. Giorgio will be paramount because of the meta hostile crew. Giorgio is very good. I wish Neelix was there. But yeah, Giorgio's also a good one there. You know, again, we need to redo the video. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you to hear the lamentations of the women. Thank you, Kinky Jesus, for the perfect quote to such an amazing movie. Such an amazing movie. I mean, it's that movie and Terminator. Come on. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. What's the book about? I'm gonna stop this real quick because I'm getting a smidge short of breath. We've walked a mile and a half so far, so I mean that's cool. But anyway, we're right at 1 mile. Sorry, I was looking at the speed. So my book, I'm doing two things. I am a huge nerd. So like Matthew Horton, which has a extremely nerdy name, I am also an extremely nerdy nerd. One of the things that I wanted to do was create something unique by me. And it is a two-part thing. Number one, I'm designing my own trading card game. I've already got 2 starter decks out, and we did a kind of like pre-release type run, and we actually sold around 100 decks, which was really, really shocking, and huge thank you to those who are interested in it. And then I'm writing a book that tells the story that goes alongside it. It was going to be a comic, but I really enjoy the storytelling process, so it's become a book, and I'm 15,000 words in so far, and the card game is about 90% done of the first edition. So anyway, that's why, and that's how. So it's really fun. Like I always wanted to do something. Like anytime I set my mind to something, I don't want it to end as only a thought. for me, completing something, regardless of how good or successful it is important. It's like if I have a passion project, I dive into it. I just don't, I'm not one of those people that like, oh, I would love to write a book one day and never writes a book. When I get something in my head, I do it. So we've got 2 complete starter decks of a card game, right? That you can actually play. I don't have the cards on my desk. I can just show you a couple of them. I think they're right over there. But anyway, I've got 2 starter decks, even though it's not the complete first edition of the game. It's a playable game. I'm not even telling you it's an amazingly playable game, but it's a playable game, TCG, with tons of Easter eggs and stuff in it. So anyway, that's why I'm writing a book. It's a fantasy epic, essentially. And it's all out of my own brain with lots of love and Easter eggs thrown to other things. Is it like magic? All right, so because this is Star Trek, I don't want to take up too much time talking about my card game, but I will show you a few of the cards now. That way, for those who are interested, you know, we can talk about it. But I don't want to eat up too much time because I know most people have Star Trek questions, and I don't want to have those people be like, oh, he's just trying to sell stuff. Because I am. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. Okay, one second here. Let me get this folder out so I can just show you some of the cards. Where's my display capture? Bam. All right, so let's just do... Here, I'll do some of these cards real quick. One second. Here, I get it. Let's just do... Yeah, we'll just do these. All right. So we've got... and I've had various artists over the past 2 years kind of work on these. So these are some of the human factions, which are pirates. Of course, Rev, pirate. So swashbuckler, aging privateer. Cards that are rares and legendary have actual names. Whereas common cards like these are just generic, like Greenhorn Raiders, Salty Sea Witch. Now, I'm very big on flavor text because, like I said, the book and the card game all tell a story, so they all play into each other. A lot of these characters you'll see in the game will end up in the book or are already in the book. Hornswoggle, Maroon Sailor, etc. Like, and they also have like a historical basis. Like for anybody that has studied history, you should be able to name the Chinese female pirate this character is based off of. There's a specific, honestly, one of the most famous pirates in history of who this is based off of. There's a lot of that type of stuff in the game that is cool, etc. So those are some of those, and those are the common ones. But like some of the rares for the human faction, Kaylee Dax. Can anybody guess what 2 sci-fi genres came together to create the character Kaylee Dax? Somebody guess. Feel free. I have a feeling y'all will figure it out. Jack Barrowman, again, can somebody guess the 2 sci-fis used to put together to create the name Jack Barrowman? And then Martok the One-Eyed. Wonder where that comes from. So there's a lot of Easter eggs in the game and things like that. And the 2 factions that are completed or for starter deck are the Human and the Empire of Thread. And just to show you some of their rare cards, there's Induthu, Dukat, Wonder, and Misty Gods of Death. Anyway, that's the card game. There's a book I'm working on, and that's all the spiel I'll do. So, Firefly and DS9, Andrew got it. And then Doctor Who. Yep, Doctor Who helped with Jack Barrowman. So, yeah. How can you get them? Well, if you're interested, tell you what, the easiest way, hit me up on Discord because I don't want to just sit here and promo, but yeah, I mean, I probably should. Like, I probably should try to push this more. I have a specific Discord for it. That'd be easier. So, tell you what, I'm going to post the Discord. I'll be honest, I don't talk in the Discord that much because this is a passion project. So, it's something that's been worked on for about 2 years. So, it's not something that's getting done in an expeditious manner. But if you are interested in the card game and the book, there you go. There's the link to that Discord. There's a link to that Discord. And that also is where, if you want to, we can get you the starter decks. So the starter decks are on a place called the Game Crafter. You know, I guess for the sake of this, just because people are asking, because I do want everybody who's watching to get, you know, their questions answered. I tend to only talk about Star Trek on the Star Trek channel. But let me see. Here are the links. I'm going to post the 2 different links to the starter decks if y'all want to go look at them. Again, no requirements. There you go. That's link number 1. And that's link number 2. Can you have some pictures in the book, please? I mean, Wolfie, there is plans to be pictures, but I'll go ahead and be honest with you. With it being a fantasy epic style book, it's going to be mostly words. But I do plan on having pictures I actually would love to incorporate some of the cards that exist into the game or into the book. And I agree, Sam, she is. But yeah, there's a lot of history Easter eggs. There's anime Easter eggs. There's literary Easter eggs. There's sci-fi Easter eggs. Basically, I put a lot of the things that I love sprinkled in because I love them. So, yeah, actually, I just realized that we're coming up on, we are 11 months out from when we just launched kind of like the test run of the 2 starter decks. So, yeah, it's crazy that it's been that. But yeah. Anyway, Star Trek Fleet Command questions. Feel free, throw them in. You're welcome, Wolfie. It's the Rev universe, yes. Since you're a fan of pirates, have you ever been to Gasparilla Pirate Fest in Tampa / Killwater? No, I've not. I have not. I have never been to that. But I do think that that's neat. Would I like to go to Clearwater and a pirate festival? Who wouldn't? How could you not want to participate in that? All right, let me repair this real quick because guess what Rev needs to go do? Zindi. And I need to go do Borg. So this is going to become my Borg Cube. And this is about to become my Zindi Hauler. A Zindi Hauler. All right, where is... I just need a ship with more slots so I can get all the officers done. And we're going to do you there. You come down here. You go right there. All right. We're going to swap you for this. And we're going to send you out and pray that I manage to find traders so we can speed up that grind process. All right. Accused Straw just put a ship in a system I can't get to because it's mission locked. Yeah, that is something you have to worry about. Be very careful where your base is before you go launching missions and waterfalls. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. Asked a question earlier concerning cargo space. Does overflow go to the defender or the attacker? Neither. So if somebody attacks you and they cannot take all of your cargo, whatever is not protected just goes off into space. Now, if you hit a hostile, like if you are, say you have a full cargo, but you want to go home really quickly and you hit a hostile, you get all of it. But if a player attacks you, the player takes what they can in their cargo bay, and whatever they can't take, you keep the protected cargo amount, obviously, and then the other stuff just floats off into space, never to be found again. Never to be found. You'll never find it. You can go looking as much as you want. You can be as nerdy as me and Matthew. You'll never find it. It's gone forever. It actually, the Stardust becomes another little node somewhere off in space. That's how the nodes reset. Yeah. So go hunt your OPC so we can reset our nodes. All right. You have 206,000 uncommon G4 material in all 3 types by the time I read my Tribune. I would love to have that amount of anything at any time. Yes. Yes. Earth, good to see you. Yeah, that's how nodes are born. You have to OPC hunt to make sure that baby nodes are born. Yep. 100% accurate, not making it up at all. I would never be facetious with my community. Never. Never. Which Section 31 favor should we focus on to do better in waves? Short answer, all of them. Specific answer, so that I don't sound like a pretentious jerk, just being like, yeah, do everything. Let's hit the export favors. So, whole health is always going to be a big deal, right? And also increasing your critical hit damage in waves is also going to be big because most people are going to run critical builds in wave defenses. Those 2 are going to be big. Isolytic is also going to be really big, assuming you've unlocked Isolytic Cascade, like using Enterprise E data or using Janeway and stuff. That's going to be really big. But impulse speed, underrated. I'll be honest, I think all of these are good. The mitigation one is okay. A 500% mitigation might buy you one more wave of like the FKR hostiles, but it's not going to make a difference against, say, the Texas class hostiles that'll spawn or the Actian hostiles. That's not really going to make a difference. But having more critical hit damage, 100% bonus to that. So like if you had 300%, it goes to 400%. That can make a difference because remember, it's damage times critical times isolytic. So that can make a pretty significant impact. Mitigation's fine, but I would probably focus on the critical, the hull health, and then work through that. Impulse speed is good if y'all don't have a lot of organization. So you're just spending more words to say all of them. Well, no, I said half of them. I said about half of them, okay? Look here. Don't you make me come over there and kick you right in your keister, young man, because I most certainly will not, because plane tickets are expensive. What tier whip do I need to get that 1 million protometer? So mine is tier 6. Traitor! Oh, shoot. Shut up. You don't matter anymore. You be quiet. You be quiet, Jason. I found a traitor. Shut your mouth. We got to get that traitor. Nobody touch the traitor. Love you, Jason. So important to get the traitor. But, yeah. Oh, gosh, that makes me happy. All right. But anyway, back to Jason's question that I just like rudely and meanly insulted him about. My Fringy Whip, as you can see right here, is tier 6. And that's where you start seeing, because the amount of proto matter it can pay out increases as you tier it up. Tier 6, you're going to start seeing a 1 million value added. But again, the higher you tier it up, the better a lot of those become. So, why use 10 words when 100 will do? You have officially unlocked the achievement, Clint. Become a content creator. Yeah. I try to limit my words in the YouTube videos. We try to keep them between 8 and 12 minutes. But live streams, yeah, I have a tendency to ramble. And this is one of those instances where you can be like, oh, Rev really does edit his videos, which is why they're not all 40 minutes long. Can you recite the formula for Isolytic Cascade? I basically did. The basics of Isolytic Cascade is damage, which is research, officer bonuses, you know, all that. Then times your criticals. Then it's time isolytic, which your isolytic cascade is simply another multiplier on top of your normal isolytic. That said, if you have isolytic cascade, and that's the only thing that you have, it also gives you the same amount of isolytic. So you're going to have isolytic damage if you only have an isolytic cascade officer. That makes sense. They have made the formula hecking confusion. I did a video where we wrote it all out and it took up the entire screen. Because people are complaining about words, this is a good opportunity for you to try to keep it simple. Damage times the critical bonus, so 450% would be 4.5, and then times isolytic. But isolytic cascade is basically the hull breach for isolytic damage. When he's improving, level 41 trader in all systems, 40 through 48. I mean, I'm definitely not going to argue that at all, Matthew. And sure, I want that, but I'm just happy I managed to get one because I tend to get left out of that. Everybody else seems to get them besides me. And Demon Rhino, I'm not sure what's going on, man. It's working fine on my end, obviously. Like, I don't have any drop frames or anything like that that would indicate that there's an issue. So yeah, I don't see any issue. Anyway, what level does Zindy start? 40 plus. 40 plus. And don't worry, you don't want to rush into it. So just, if you're not there yet, it's okay. Don't level up just to start doing a Zindy grind. Let me go ahead and tell you. Nobody in this chat, we've got about, 315 people watching right now. Nobody in the chat. Chat, feel free to speak up. I love when chat interacts. Chat, you go ahead and tell them, should they level up just to start doing Zindy? Y'all go ahead and let them know. Y'all go ahead and let them know. Should they level up just to start doing Zindy? All right, here they come. Walt says, yeah, don't rush it. Sam says no. Wolfwood, who is one of my favorite trolls, says yes. Denrose says no. Graduate says, hell no, don't go. He's turning it into a protest slogan. Fantasy says no. I love to sing says no. Is there always a traitor in one of the 4? There is always a traitor somewhere. Doesn't mean there's always one in a 40 system, Eric. But there is always a traitor up. But it could be in like the 50s. So, I wish the level 40 Zindy systems were one hostile type each. One for explorers, one for interceptors, and one for battleships. It is how it is. What does the term pick mean? Oh, pickle. What does the term pickle mean? When somebody refers to pickle in Star Trek Fleet Command, they're referring to the Monavine. This is the gilded pickle because it looks like a pickle with gold around it. So this is the pickle. I call it the gilded pickle. It's very fancy. The gilded pickle. So if you ever hear somebody talking about it in game, this is what they're talking about. This is what they're talking about. Yeah, no problem, Carlo. Any question is relevant. There's no such thing as a stupid question. We don't believe in that. We don't shame people for questions. So like, never feel like there's a newbie question or, and heck, if I don't know, I promise you there's somebody that knows. I promise you there's somebody in this chat that knows. Because as much as I do know about this game, which is way too much, doesn't mean I know everything. So, I don't know everything. Way too much about this game. What is the meaning of life? 42. 42. Which is actually the level of hostile hitting. And there's a reason I'm only hitting 42s. Because me hitting 42s is the answer to life. All right. What other questions y'all got, Star Trek nerds? I love y'all. We've been doing this for about an hour. We'll go about another 30 minutes. Don't forget, tonight we will be streaming more. The hope is that it's War Thunder Wednesday. If any of y'all are out there and y'all love military history, there's a game that we play on Wednesdays called War Thunder. Planes, tanks, and technically warships. And we play together. We have fun. So that'll be in 4 hours from now. And then we'll do a Star Trek Fleet Command stream as well. If you haven't followed on Twitch, feel free to come on over. Would strongly encourage you to. I'll be honest, I think Twitch is way more fun than YouTube. Personal opinion. Personal opinion. What's the pro essay of adding a new account? I don't know what that means, Alex. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I have a mission to go to Tabath, but it's locked. Did I miss something? I'll have to look up what that is. Let me see. Let's see. See if I can remember where this is or what it is. You sure you're spelling it right? I don't have it to Bath. Can you double check the spelling for me real quick? I'm way more colorful on Twitch. That is such a polite way to say that. I have a mission to go to Bath. Yeah, again, Flash, I need to know exactly. It's possible that's a planet inside of a system. It's possible that's a planet. So it might be easier to relay what your mission is, and then we can look up your specific mission. So, Ken watched War Thunder last week and it went down. Yeah, hopefully that won't happen today. I did boot it up yesterday and it worked. So, look here, Mihai. I really dislike you. Stop bragging about all the traitors you're finding. Jerk. I'm jealous, but you're a jerk. This is like the second time you've done it. I hate you that you have such great luck. Does it work to go after multiple monovenes? No. In my opinion, no. I would not go after multiple monovenes. I would not. Just since you're asking my opinion. I could definitely tell the name is Klingon Space Flash, but again, you're not answering what I asked. Like, what's the name of the mission? What's the name of the system? You know, because Tabath doesn't come up, so I'm assuming it's a planet. Or it's just not in the search bar. But the easiest way is look up the mission, and you can look up the specific mission on stfc.space, and that will generally give you what you need to know. Not always perfect. It's a 5-star 50+ operation mission. Okay. Then it's probably part of the main storyline quest. Probably part of the main storyline quest. No tab to pop out chat on PC. I don't know what you're talking about, Carol. I mean, I got this, but it doesn't like pop out of the game. What is it going to take for my Ravens to finally move them from John Harbaugh? Him retiring or him going somewhere else. Red Warp Lock missions need certain ops level, most 55+. Okay, Matt. Yeah, I don't have that mission memorized. So, oh, he forgot a space. Ah, okay, that would explain it, dude. That would explain it. So, it's there we go. Okay, yeah, that is going to be what we lost in that mission. We can look it up real quick. What I'm pretty sure is an ops locked mission. It's prerequisite, ethical concerns, on the verge, redundancy, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this is part of your main storyline run, looks like, which means that you're going to have an ops log. And here, I'll go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat for you so you can kind of look on it for yourself. But we're getting a repair bot. I mean, hurry up and wait on that one. Even though that has been asked for and suggested since specialty ships were created, I know of no plans to make one. They have said many times that sounds like a cool idea, but I know of no plans to actually make a repair one. Could do it. Certainly can happen. Certainly can happen. I would love that. Built my North Coast this week and loving it, but now you're trip poor. Kia Pilot, are you doing your Monavine? Monavine is so big for catching up on some of those raw-based resources that the game starts bleeding from you in the 50s. Have you been working on your Monavine? I'm going to assume yes, but that can help out a lot. That can help out a lot. I want to know about the U.S. Prometheus ship. Are they ever going to plan on bringing it in? I mean, it's not a stupid question at all, but I have no idea, man. When I've talked to game design, they've been very clear that finding Federation ships to add to the game is super easy, and that's not a problem. But you then have to, for them, they have to find a coinciding, and it's just their logic, this is their mathing. They have to then find a coinciding Klingon and Romulan ship. And a lot of times they have to make one because they don't exist in the canon. So that's an issue. Unless you want it to be a specialty ship. Problem with that is most of us complain about specialty ships. Like, we don't want more specialty ships. We want more general purpose ships. Hey, look at that pretty Negvar. Look at it. Look at Fudge's Negvar. So pretty. So pretty. Love me some Klingon warships. There's you, the Enterprise. Oh, come on. There's the Enterprise D, but yeah. Oh, can't wait for me to have this in probably like 4 years. 4 years I'll have my own Negvar. But gosh, she's purty. She is purty. Shout out to Fudge. We're randomly living in the same system for some reason. Yeah. Well, Kevin, I wouldn't say no more specialty ships, because what if they were bringing out another specialty ship? Don't set yourself up for disappointment. Don't do it to yourself. I'm just trying to help you out. Is Kath going to be sourced? Kath has sourcing, just not good sourcing. Kath is in your recruit chest. Right here. Scroll on down. Kath. Right there. Bam. She's in your ultra recruit chest. Not arguing great sourcing. Just saying that she is sourced in the ultra recruit chest. Saying she is sourced. Just not well. Just not well. So, here, let me see if I can actually pull a cast shard. See if we can pull a cast shard. Yeah, GG. I mean, it's not I'll be very clear. I'm not arguing good sourcing. I'm just letting you know it's there. And I got a cast shard. Woo! I got a cast shard. Suck it, Vic. Woo hoo. Yeah. So it's buried with the, multitude of others, and you'll find that if you look in here, not in the premium. So the only way right now to source her is through the ultras. If we come down here, you'll notice there are some Ferengi, but no Kath yet. So I do like Kath as an officer, good officer. Probably an officer that gets forgotten about too much, because even though she's really good, if she does become better than Talan, sourcing is a pain in the butt. So, recruit on 10 million Kelvin or max Enterprise for the Zendy level 40. I really would need to know what levels of crew you have. The Augur, honestly, is a little bit easier. So the Kelvin will create more damage, and it should be easier on the Kelvin. Should. But have you done the favors already is going to be my first question. And what What is your primary hostile crew right now? Did we get another cash shard? We did not. I'm gonna pull another set. It's 12,000. Because she's a rare and there's no transporter store for rares. There's not right now, but here's the thing. They've actually said before that they're not opposed to doing transporter patterns for rares. They just haven't. And see that time, again, no Cath shards. I got 2 Wesley Crusher. Super happy about that. So that's great. That's great. But yeah, we spent 12,000 and we got 1 cash shard. I mean, it's so saturated. It's terrible. Sourcing is so bad you have no chance of maxing her without paying before she becomes irrelevant. That's the thing, Hooded. I don't think that she'll ever become irrelevant because of how she works. That said, you could maybe out-level her, but hell, I haven't even out-leveled her, and I'm level 49. I mean, I use her now, right? I use her against Texas Hostiles. Because Texas Hostiles are kinetic-based. Texas Hostiles are kinetic-based. I mean, I use her, and she's tier 4. So, now I'm right on the cusp of no longer being able to use her, but for the moment... Oh, traitor! Traitor! I swear to God, 43, if you hit it, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I don't care if Jesus is good. I'll kill you. Thank you. Got it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Love it. Happy. Yay. Love it. Happy. Yay. All right. Sorry. I like my traders. I like the extra juicy loot. I'm sorry. Apologize. I lost a little bit there. Apologies. A little bit of Twitch rev came out. A little bit of Twitch rev came out, but here we go. But yeah, I mean, besides me bouncing around, I've completed my 5-minute loot. I've actually got 2 days worth of hauls in. So the 5 minute is there for me because I only do the single chest pull. I don't worry about the double chest pull. Dog going after a squirrel. Kevin, that's honestly me doing a lot of things in this game. There's a lot of squirrel. There's a lot of squirrel. So I have a lot of squirrel moments. Just put it that way. I have a lot of squirrel moments. All right. Really want some Enterprise E sourcing. Really want that officer for sure. I mean, very good. Obviously, the only way they've been sourcing it lately is leaderboards and such. But yeah, I mean, well, I take it back. I'm sorry. I mean, you give Scopely a little bit. The new style of recruit, the Galactic recruit, has had the new officers, and I will not be shocked to see the Enterprise E officers getting added into this soon. Will not be shocked. This is not necessarily great sourcing. It's only 5 shards per pull, but it is good new officers. So there's kind of like a trade-off pro-con there. It's and I'm not trying to like come to the defense of Scope. I just want to acknowledge what I think is a good idea, and I hope they use the Galactic stuff more. I of course want more of those shards to get paid out, but yeah. And nope, no Comcast, and we're still up over here. Still streaming fine. So we'll head back this way, see if we can find another trader. And oh, I need to set this out so we can work on getting my Borg done. And I do my Borg by combining it with my Dominion. So that's fun. Am I going to survive that? Surely not. Oh, there is a 60 there, so I got carried. I got carried. Let me see if I can get a star in this rare. Who's running this? Who's running this rare? Percy! Hey, Percy. Hey, Percy. Have I told you that you look super handsome today? Little sucking up never hurts. Little sucking up never hurts. It never hurts. Just a little bit. You don't do a lot. Just a little bit. It's not good sourcing, but it's, yeah, exactly, Ian. Like, I give them credit for doing it. I think it's good. But is it something great? No, it's not great. But it is good. It is good. So, go ahead and click this. It's amazing how much hull health you get from the facade building. You think they'll ever reduce the amount? No, I do not. No. I mean, the facade building is not the only building that actually pays that out, but here is the facade. Mine's at 200%. And as you take it on to the tippity top, 60, you see it goes up to a whopping 2250. But you've also got other things that give whole health. Like this one gives a 300% bonus. Now, does it go as high? No, it doesn't go as high because the flavor of the month is to just, power creep. But yeah, absolutely. It's pretty damn good. Pretty dang good. I'm sorry. I shouldn't cuss as much as I do. But no, they're not going to remove it. What Voyager tier do you stop getting 4-star BPs in the refinery? Tier 8. Tier 8 is where it will switch over. Also, do y'all have witty banter in your alliance? Does y'all alliance allow witty banter? Yeah, you can't go to tier 8 until level 50 plus anyway, but I want to add, Zod, that you still want to know when that tier 8 is, because I'll be honest, when I hit 51, I'm not taking my Voyager up because I'm still going to need ship parts, those 4-star ones. Now, if I have managed to complete all I wanted to complete by then, sure. But like I said, I actually want to get at least one of the epics. I'm definitely going to get the Tribune. I decided for myself, I'm getting the Tribune. But I'm probably going to also then go ahead and get the Enterprise A at some point. I'm going to want those ship parts. And they do dry up very quickly in 5-star land. They do dry up very quickly in 5-star land. So just something to think about, consider, etc. You might want to not upgrade your Voyager even when you do get up there for that reason. And I know several of my players who have gone 50 plus have made that decision as well, where they have not upgraded their Voyager past tier 7. So earlier there was a sentence which contained the words pregnant triple, Romulan L, and red shirts. That sounds like a Twitch chat. Tribune BVs drop anywhere? Not anywhere we can reach, Adam. Not where we can reach. So you're 52 and still want 4-star BPs, have been told hard to get when you're in 50. They are. So even though you'll still get like 4-star uncommons and stuff when you go 50 plus, like the regular materials, ship parts dry up because the ship parts really switch to 5-star. So, wow, 3 address the high councils. Like, come on, Scopely, like give me another mission. Goodness. So it's just something that you should be mindful of before you make that push up, or when you make that push up, that if you still want to be able to get those shards, just know you probably want to keep your Voyager where it's at to guarantee that you're still pulling the 4-star things for any of those ships that you still want to use. Because I want to get the Tribune. I'm not saying you have to get the Tribune. I've made the decision I'm going to do it. I'm not saying that anybody else has to do it. But for me to do that, I'm going to want to be able to upgrade it a little bit. Like, I don't want to just build it and look at it. I'll probably take it tier 5, tier 7 at most. I mean, we'll see what happens when we get there. Who knows? But I love ship collecting in this game. I love playing at a slightly slower pace and focusing on collecting things and adding things. So I'm going to want those. And I'll just be honest, I love the way the Tribune looks. The Tribune looks like an unrefined Adaradex. Like, one thing I will give Scopely credit on is COVID brain, stop it. Some of their ship designs. I do personally, and you can disagree, and there's completely okay if you disagree with this. I believe that some of their ship designs that they have come up with are very good designs and actually make sense in terms of Star Trek. Like, I like them. I'm not saying all of them, but I like a lot of their designs. And the Tribune is one of those designs that I really do like. I love the design of the Tribune. It looks like the Daradex unrefined early version. So I want it. Simple as that. Base logic. So I won't be able to show you all the ships on this account because obviously I'm only level 49, but let's just go ahead and start scrolling to the end. You can see there's my regular Enterprise. We'll get over here into the Hegta, the Klingon one. Now this one is pulled directly from the Kelvin timeline movies. So I do think it looks better than the D3 and the D4. But they did basically make a deconstructed version of it with a D3, D4. And you come on down here, the Enterprise A. I do love how the Enterprise A looks. Now, you didn't really get to see this, stupid graphic error. You didn't really get to see this in the movies. Like, you just saw it in the space dock at the end of what the third. Okay, you little son of a biscuit eater. But anyway, I love how it looks. There's our Northcut. Where's my, hold on, did I already pass it? Oh, there it is, Tribune. I love this big, beefy Tribune. And like I said, it looks like an unrefined Adair Dex. It looks like that's what they did before they got to what they were looking for. It still has that, you know, that bird of prey type look, you know, on the, I love it. So I want to have it for that reason. Like the Northcut, I think the Northcut, while it's not super attractive, this looks like a Star Trek design. This looks like a Federation Star Trek design. Because Federation has had some stupid designs. They have. You know, so they're just, in terms of giving them credit on some things, I like some of the things that they've come up with. You know, obviously some of them are pulled directly. Like the Rotaran is literally the Rotaran from Deep Space Nine. Right? Like that's the Rotaran. Which is fine. But a lot of the designs that they've come up with, like the Romulan hammer. Corvus is a beautiful bird. Man, that is a beautiful design. And I'm pretty sure this had some inspiration from Star Trek Armada. But that's not the point. It's a beautiful design. I love how it looks. Looks like a, you know, Romulan battle axe. You know, then I hate to really kind of say this. This might be my favorite of the designs. It's iconic. I freaking love it. There's your Adair Dex. But I also love the Enterprise D. Like, it's the Enterprise. Gorgeous design. I mean, it's the Enterprise. Ignore the graphic errors. Anyway, my point being, I like a lot of the ships in the game. So I'm going to want those ship parts. I'm going to need those ship parts. So that means I'm going to need to be mindful of how far I allow my Voyager to scale up. So I have to keep going Romulan because you love the ships. Hey, I love the Klingon ships too. Like the Vorcha is the first one I plan on getting in 5-star. I love the look of the Vorcha. But at the same time, the Corvus also looks super badass. It does. Corvus looks fantastic. And even though I am a pro Klingon person when it comes to Star Trek in general, I literally have a Klingon flag right here by my desk. I mean, clearly I represent the Empire, right? Like, there's no denying Rev reps the Empire. That said, what species in Star Trek Fleet Command has the best overall ships in terms of total ship designs and everything? Romulans. I think in Star Trek Fleet Command, if you took all of the faction ships and said which ones look the best as a whole, it's the Romulans. And I say that as a devout Klingon fanboy. All right, sorry. Hard to multitask. I'm just a dumb little boy. Zap. It's clear the Suliban. Thank you, Hooded. Appreciate you for your words of wisdom and your thoughts, your compelling thoughts. You're an amazing person. You really are kind of dope. Like 99% of the time, they are just small triangles. Look here, Newton. Are you trying to tell me that you don't just go to the manage ship screen and admire your ships? Are you telling me that? Are you really going to tell me, Newton, that you don't just sit there one day and go like, dang, I really love that Section 31 skin on my Discovery? You don't do that? Fine. Maybe that's just me, but I do it. Like, I don't even think that the Section 31 skin is like worth buying, but gosh dang, does it make the make the disco look really, really good. Really, really good. Oh my gosh, the disco looks great with the Section 31 skin. Oh, it looks so pretty. Like, if y'all didn't catch it, these new faction rollouts actually came with 2 brand new skins. Check out the Section 31. The Talios Enigma and the Defiant Clandestine. I don't give a flying flippity hoo-ha about what those actually do. Have y'all looked at how they look? Have y'all looked just at how they look? Like, I don't actually care about the bonus. No offense, Scopely. But the Clandestine Defiant, dude, it looks like this clean Defiant. It's like Tron and Star Trek had a baby. This is got to be one of the sexiest, like, blacked out. It looks like an F-22 Raptor with Tron lines on it and Star Trek inspired Defiant. It's just freaking gorgeous. It amplifies your Defiant claim bundle by 50%. I don't really care. I want it because it looks amazing. The Talios. This one increases your inert probes you earn and adds a third refinery option for your charge probes. But it looks gorgeous. It looks mean, menacing, but sleek and clean. It's beautiful. Anyway, I am a sucker for skins. I've actually been griping at game design more and more. Like, please just make some cosmetics. I don't care if they have bonuses. Make more uncommon cosmetics that are literally nothing but me spending money to make my ship look cool. I legitimately will pay. I will. Like, if you gave me a pylum refit, if you gave me this pylum refit and all it did was this, no bonus, I'll give you money. Give me this for the I'll give you money. I don't care if I get a bonus. I will give you money. Anyway, to me, it's such a missed opportunity because, like, the Meridian refit is that same thing, dude. The Meridian refit looks so good. It's so good. It is gorgeous. I don't care about the bonus refinery option. It's freaking beautiful. Easy logic to me. Just sell it. $20 for a skin. And yeah, I know people are going to complain that you're not getting value. Then fine, don't buy it. I don't care. It looks good. I have to look at these damn triangles every single day. I want to look good. Now, I would say with the gold stuff, I think whoever the game designer was doing this, they've been playing EVE Online a little bit too much. For those that have played EVE, y'all know which faction in EVE loves white and gold. I feel like they've been playing a little bit too much EVE because they got really happy with the gold skins. But, I mean, I can see people liking them. Anybody played EVE Online and can name who that is? I mean, obviously, the Meridian refit, same thing, right? Same thing with the white and the gold. But still, I mean, I love the look of these things. I just love the look of them. We got to pair Carol Freeman between Gorkon, Khan, Crass, Carol, or Nero. I mean, Carol Freeman, Gorkon, Honor Guard, Worf is a classic. It's probably the main one that you're running, though people will swap Gorkon for Lorca. Assume with the Amar. The Q trials, if you can't take out / complete any more trials due to ship strength, is it worth starting them for the data thing? Andrew, here's what I would tell you to do. Andrew, let me go ahead and edify. You ready to be educated? You ready to be edified? You ready to have more SAT words thrown at you? Listen up. Here's what you do. All right. So you've reached a roadblock. Bam. Run these. I don't know if you're a 3-star or 2-star, but run the previous set. Let me explain why. So you want to run the ones that you can beat. Here's why you want to be able to beat them. See this proto matter bonus right up here? You get that every time you beat a Q trial. Well, if you can't beat the new one, you can't get any proto matter. You're like, well, 120 pro matter isn't anything. Hold on. Hold on. Back up. Wait a minute. Put a little knowledge in it. So if you come actually to your Q's trial building, proto matter reward, you actually have a massive bonus as you level up your building for proto matter. We all know that proto matter is one of the hardest to get things in that loop. You want more proto matter. So if you can't beat where you're currently at, jump back to the ones you can beat just so that you can farm 3 trials of proto matter every day. And as you level the Q's trial building, you'll get more and more proto matter, even though you're hitting older hostiles. So if you reach a point where you can't progress, it's okay. You still want to make sure that you're getting the proto matter, right? And it's not like the 3-star trials paying out that much more proto matter than the 2-star trial. Yes, you can do them over. I just did them multiple times on stream, Andrew. Once you beat these, you just can continually run the top one again and again and again. Now, you will not get this reward. Like, you won't get these, but you will still get the proto matter every time. You'll still get the proto matter every time. So. Is it worth refining proto matter for emblem of assessment? I would argue that it's more important to use proto matter for emblem of assessments than it is for upgrading your forbidden text. Didn't realize you could read them for a long time. It's okay. That's why I'm here. Believe it or not, y'all can hang out with me and learn more than just about a book I'm writing. I can actually give you game knowledge sometimes. Sometimes I can actually give you game knowledge. It's wild. Absolutely wild. Who knew, right? Who knew? So, and then just again, come in your refinery, Forbidden Tech, and there's your proto matter to emblem of assessment conversion. Favors they give a bonus on waves are worth it? Yes, Patrick. We talked about that a little bit earlier. The main two that I like would be the whole health and the critical damage. I would then like the isolytic and I like the impulse. The others are good. Just that's kind of like the order of operations there. So, all right, let me go over here. Make sure. Oh yeah, we already boomed it. Cool, we boomed it. Yay, we boomed it. Yay, we boomed it. And there's my starter chest. All good. I think most people don't know because it isn't very intuitive. It's not, right? It's sadly, as a player, I understand how frustrating it is to have to rely on content creators, but I do still try to do the best I can. Now, we do this about once every hour or so. Look, I can't do what I'm doing, like give y'all mind-blowing revelations without y'all support, and I want to thank you to all those who do it. You can do it on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Like I said, we got multiple. So my wife has surgery coming up. I've got medical stuff coming up here in February. I got taxes. Look, anything that you can throw, if you're willing and able, please do. I don't care if it's $5, and I thank everybody who does it. So we've had people literally send $1, and I've thanked them for sending $1. If you've got $5, $10, $20, every little bit helps. Content creators like myself can only do what we do with the support of y'all because Copa doesn't pay me cash, and believe it or not, Twitch and YouTube don't pay that much either when you don't have a billion followers. So thank y'all for allowing me to do what I do. Y'all are all incredible. Thank you. Big thank you. Where can you get Bajoran faction points? The Bajoran faction store. So in the actual Bajoran loop, it is this claim right here. Reputation advancement. Bam. And I try to triple pull that every day. I sometimes forget. And if you, and just like Newton says, if you can't donate, which I understand not everybody can, like the video, leave comments on all the videos. Those help the channel grow. Get your alliance mates to subscribe. All those do help. So, don't forget your favorite streamer a big thumbs up. Thank you, Booper. That's very, very kind of you, Booper. It's always good. I wish you talked to me more. Booper, stop being away from me. Talk to me more. I love you. Talk to me more. I love you. Talk to me more. I love you. In systems like that, is there a chance of Borg scouts? What systems, Street? What systems? What systems? Best favor for whole game from wave defense is the Armada start. See, Matthew, that has no value to me at all. Zero. None. Don't care about it. I do understand that a lot of people like it. That, to me, is low on my list of things to focus on. Low on my list. I'm not even saying it's bad. I just don't care about it. Personally. Me. I'm not saying it's bad. Me don't care. All right, we need to go do Armada. We'll do Armadas tonight. If those who come to the Twitch channel, please don't let me forget we need to do solo Armadas tonight. All right, so if y'all haven't already, go follow the Twitch channel. Helps out a lot. Any news that they're going to do more with the arcade? The arcade. Do you mean the battle simulator? Nothing that they've announced, no. Nothing that they've announced. But for those who come in the stream night, please don't let me forget that we need to do away teams. Not away teams. Solar Armada. I told you, I mean, this COVID brain thing is real. Also, shout out to MMac. Thank you for supporting me and my family. MMac just sent $10. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. That is extremely kind of you. Appreciate you. You're amazing. Thank you. They say there was a hint in the battle simulator, but there's nothing. Yeah. Maxed out your, oh, you maxed out Cisco. That's pretty dope. Congratulations. That's pretty dope. Go ahead and this, and I might do some OPC hunting and token space for y'all later so that we can make sure that there are nodes that can be reset. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up, work on some other things. I'll answer all y'all's questions. Hit me up on Discord or Facebook. Again, I do appreciate every single one of you. Live long and plunder. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command video, which will be tomorrow and tonight. Don't forget, we're doing a longer stream with War Thunder and Star Trek Fleet Command tonight. And we also been doing a lot of Baldur's Gate. So lots of nerdy stuff happening over here. And it's a lot of fun. And we love our community. So see ya on the next one. Bye.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.